Hey guys, we are back for part 2 of Summerhouse. And if you haven't seen part 1, go back. It's really great. If I do say so myself.
It was really great.
It was.
It
I think
was.
we did good work.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we decided that Carl and Ciara should get together.
We did not. They did.
Listen, if you're looking for a hot take,
It was dramatic.
go
Let's
back.
just say, to say the least.
Yeah.
And in the break, I got Cheerios, which have been really delightful. Oh my God, I can't stop eating these. Okay, so now we're in the car ride out to the house. KJ very delightfully tells us about his multiple, plural, dates with Dara. So cute. I love that he said, I really just enjoy spending time with her.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's so happy. He's like sitting shotgun, telling the story, king of the castle.
The grill,
Yeah.
1-2 thing. I mean, everything about him is just
Yeah.
a delight.
And Wes is being cool, like for sitting right next to the guy that used to bang her. Like it just couldn't have gone better between those two. That's the ex that you want to have. That's like here for the like, oh, you like her. I told you she's super cool.
Yep.
I'm an idiot. She's cool.
So interesting situation. Like clearly Dara and how long did West and Ciara date? Do we know?
I want to say 6 months.
Okay, so same time. Dara, same time.
That's his expiration. 6 months about,
He turned into a
Maybe.
dicky pumpkin.
Maybe.
Like 6 months.
and he kind of looks like one. He does. I'm sorry.
Is Ginge?
He's a nice pumpkin. He's a funny pumpkin. That's something.
He is a funny pumpkin. But he, do you think that, now I get that West brought her to the singles mixer, so clearly that was already, if not spoken,
He spoke it.
to Amanda.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
like
he-
I'm saying, did KJ call West and be like, hey, I'm interested in Dara. We're texting. Do you mind if I make out with her or take her to it
I
on
think
a
it's
date?
different.
No, but
That's what I'm
also,
trying to
like,
get at. Like,
it's-
is it different? And
Yeah.
then why is it different? The only reason it's
It's-
different is because Ciara and West still have
feelings
feelings
for each other,
or
Hundy
that
P.
was way more serious. It does seem like Dara and West just kind of f***ed around for a few months and then he got laid off, which he talked about.
Well, she
which
said she
she's-
was falling in love with him.
Definitely, but also understood what was going on. And he got laid off at that time. So, like, that's probably going to make you stick around for another month or two just at a, oh, man. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to leave your buddy, like, or
He's
like that person you're dating
Yeah.
right after they got laid off, even if you're thinking, like, oh, we're going to go out to dinner tomorrow. And I think I'm going to break things off. And you go to dinner and he's like, got laid off today. You're going
I
to
feel
be
like
like,
that's happened in a sitcom. Like one of the characters
gonna
really wanted, like
pocket this.
Chandler wanted to break up with Janice,
Yeah.
but like couldn't because it
Oh,
wasn't that.
yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
very
'Cause
a la.
and then he had to move to Yemen.
I'll help you pack for Yemen.
so
There's
I
been a
don't,
million people between those two relationships. I think
That's
that's
right.
what might make it different.
Okay.
And also, maybe KJ wanted to see if the relationship was even anything to ask about, unlike stupid boner killer Jesse.
And I also think by West bringing Dara to the singles
That's what I
mixer
mean. Like
event,
without
it's-
saying it, he said it,
100%.
and he did
Yeah.
say it to him. So I just wonder though, like, it just popped into my head of like, I wonder. It does seem different. What popped
Very.
into my head is it does seem different.
Yeah.
And what is different to me is Ciara and West were way more serious, probably more recent, which didn't pop into my head until you said it.
It was a national conversation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's right.
Yeah.
In the car ride, KJ also says to Jesse, he's like, hey, I met with Sarah this week, and she is not too pleased with you. And Jesse was like, oh, I had a feeling, whatever. And this is what I'm talking about this piss poor behavior, especially next to KJ. It's like, if you had a feeling that someone who is one of your closest friends, specifically on this television show that you are filming, if you had a feeling that she was upset with you, if you really cared about her, if I thought you were mad at me, I would not let you sit on it for 5 days.
Yeah.
I would call you and be like, hey, girl, I think I've done something that's upset you. Can we talk about it?
Yeah.
What's going on? I'm so sorry. Have the conversation. Jesse's one of those infuriating people that acts like life happens to him.
Yes.
Instead of
He
understanding.
seems so put out by it.
But dude, you were a willing participant. In
Oh,
fact,
you did
you
the
lit the
whole
fuse.
thing. Yeah, you did the whole thing. No, he always is just like looking at things like, oh God, people are always freaking out, or like, oh, why is everyone? I like Mia. This thing he said last episode. I like Mia because she's just like cool and nice. Like a lot of girls, when you just try to be like cute and flirty with him. They're just dicks. And they can't
exactly
just be.
what he said, but like
It's
close
pretty
enough.
much like he doesn't understand like why everyone can't just be on Jesse's like the Jesse train.
Totally. But we've talked about this a ton. And again, like everyone's going to be like, oh, you love Jesse. You're standing for Jesse. I'm not. I'm just like having a conversation and talking about the things that are popping into my head.
Being a Scorpio's devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Per usual.
Like he was a band kid. That's kind of nerdy. Like, no offense to band kids. They grow up to be, you know, freaking Nirvana or whatever. Like, so, like, not if, but they're, until they become Nirvana, like, they're nerds, right? They get shoved in lockers. And then.
I would love to shove that kind of locker right now.
But then the cancer thing. So, like, he's stunted. We've all talked about how he's a super stunted person. So,
when you know better, you do better. He got his ass handed to him last season for the same behavior that he's doing this season. I just can't accept it anymore. Grow up. I am so sorry that you have been through an incredibly nightmarish situation where you have had cancer not once but twice. That is awful. I don't wish that on anyone. I also think that like Shane always says this about sobriety. He's like, me getting sober doesn't make me a hero. It just made me on the same playing field as everyone else who isn't an alcoholic. And like, you don't need to canonize me because I got sober. It's like, I should be sober. I'm not like, just like someone else, maybe their thing isn't addiction, but they're really terrible in another way.
It's like the Chris Rock joke. I take care of my kids. You're
You
supposed
should.
to take care of your kids. Like, you're supposed to not be
That's
a
right.
raging alcoholic or drug
That's right.
addict. What were you saying about Jesse right before I started mumbling off into space? Because I had a
Just
point.
that
and then
he wants everyone like he seems put off.
Right. So like that was my thing. Is like this. He seems like a kid who's always been told everything's going to be fine. And then in that time where you're like, you know better, do better, be better. Yeah, sure. But like in the age when you're supposed to be learning all those mistakes, he was dealing with cancer. So like at that point is probably when his mom, like we've assumed, it was very much like, whatever. Oh, you're so funny. You got the voice of an angel.
Yeah, those who mind don't matter. Those who matter don't mind. That kind of
Yeah.
mentality of like, you got bigger problems, kid.
Exactly.
You know, like,
and
yeah.
like when you're in that time of your life when you're supposed to be learning whether you're going to be remorseful or not, whether you're going to be a dick or not, whether you're going to be responsible or not,
if something matters or doesn't.
if something matters or not, if you're going to work hard for something or not,
Yeah.
like he was dealing with something that nobody, like you said, nobody should have to deal with,
Yeah.
right? So, and everybody around is gonna be like, no, you got this, but everything, no, whatever you want, like you make a wish, the whole, like everything's set up to be like, no stress, like just whatever, dude. Like this kid might not be here in a couple months.
Yeah.
Just heal.
Just heal,
Yeah.
be happy, have a good time. What do you want to do today? And so coming out of that and then having to do it all over again, coming out of it thinking like, oh, I beat, and then having to do it again where that whole process probably happened again, but now you're a little bit older. Like that's gotta f with you so hard and turn you into Jesse, like a Jesse who's now 30 something and just has no idea from going like a band camp type of kid to like he just has all these things we're talking about. He has no idea.
But don't you think at a certain point, like if there are reasons you do things, there just aren't excuses. Like
That's what we're here for. That's why I don't feel bad about being so hard on him
Look at
because like
us.
I think that like because what even if he never sees this and our shit is just fed into the algorithm of other people talking about it and he's going to see at some point someone saying, good for you, congratulations, you beat the hardest shit on earth. It's massive that you're even still here. It's now time to actually be here. And like that's going to be the thing. And I wish, honestly, I wish that Andy would bring it up at the reunion. I wish that he would, because we cannot be the only people that have identified that this kid is stunted in his growth as a full-grown human being adult that's his age. someone like this is not a eureka moment. Like anybody that could just like takes 5 seconds to put two things together would come to this conclusion. So I feel like Andy or his castmates or his friends or his parents who are probably reading and checking in on things, because I'm sure his mom only cares about, probably out of anything in the whole world, it's all she cares about is him and his success and how well he's doing. Somebody bring it to this kid's, if you are a mother or you are a friend or you are a boss, bring it to his attention. Everybody knows that you went through this crazy thing. They are now ready for you to grow up. And I think he will.
Maybe. But at the same time, just as you're saying all those examples, like all the main cast on all these shows, stunted. I don't watch Housewives. Like I watch some of these shows. Some of them I've now have to watch because we have this channel and I'm fine with it. The Housewives, I will never be fine with it. Like I will do it, but I'm not like, I don't like it because those are straight up the worst people ever, right?
Hey, don't talk about my friends like that.
They're horrible people. The 95% of them.
No, that's why we won't do. Well,
Listen,
Mike and I won't do Housewives anymore. Other people can because we don't like it.
Notify
so
or Showmance
Me and
will.
Jake
like,
should do Housewives.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
and
gonna
Harris.
figure it out.
Yeah, like we should not do it because we don't enjoy it, and we didn't have a ton of viewers on it because you could probably feel these two are not enjoying this, and like they're putting all their piss party on us, and we didn't come here for a piss party. We came here to celebrate these ladies, and we're like not into it. Sorry, please continue.
Carry on.
I totally f***ed that up. Sorry.
Why did I?
I don't know, but I just want to tell people we're not doing Housewives.
Like Showmance is. We are probably not.
Yeah, you and I are not.
Because you were saying
the
that.
stunt. So like, I watch Housewives. We did Orange County. You guys did Salt Lake City. And when I watch Orange County, I grew up in Orange County. I went to Newport Harbor High School. I went to Ensign Junior High. That was high school. Except these ladies are 170,000 years old. Like this is right. Stunted. Southern Charm. We talk about Shep and Craig and Austin and these girls like stunted. Whitney. Probably stunted in a weird sort of way, even though he's traveled and cultured and has like, he's a mama's boy, stunted. Like Summerhouse, stunted. These are mid to 30s year olds and early 40-year-olds partying with the occasional 20-year-olds at a summer house. Listen, dream come true for me. I want to be stunted. Like, let's fucking go. But stunted, like they're all stunted. And the ones that aren't, the Mias, the Cookie girl,
Who's the Cookie girl?
I know.
my favorite one,
Maya.
Oh, and like the
Andrea,
sprinkle cookies. Don't even go there.
Yeah, exactly. Because I like pignoli.
Andrea.
Which, by the way, so do I. But that's,
Like just the normal ones, they don't last because they're not stunted. They're adults with careers and
I don't think
businesses.
Paige was stunted.
Where is Paige now?
And she was on the show for many a year.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Where's Paige now?
I'm saying she's gone.
Not on
She's
the
on
show.
off the show.
Oh, she
like
was on
sure,
the show
there's
for
not
what, 6 years?
Fine, great. You got the one. I'm sure there's a handful of others. For the most part, a reality show casting is, in this sense, if you're not doing like a car makeover show or a competition show, but like friends let's watch this group of people, these group of similar people, for whatever reason they are similar. They're friends or they live in the same community or they do the same thing. They work at the same place. It's stunted people make the best cast.
Okay. I also think, though, that like a lot of people in life are stunted.
Touche. Yeah.
Period.
Not even
like
touche.
I've met the Jessies of the world.
Definitely.
I've met the
That are
Wests
stunted on
of the.
this.
That's right.
Yeah,
I was
I mean,
trying to be
that's-
nice now. But
Wait,
you
what did you
went
say?
and done said it.
These shows are pretty much set up to be a group of stunted men and a group of the women start out totally emotionally stable. By the end of it, the men are better off for what they've learned, and the women are just completely
In padded rooms.
yes.
That's life.
That's life.
That's reality, ladies.
Yeah, it's why the only
Also-
person that's gone to do an Epstein deposition is Hillary Clinton, the one woman who's like, I don't. Well,
Why the only person serving time right now is a woman.
Whatever.
It's also
and
why.
the only lady serving, which that bitch. Okay,
Yeah,
but like
please.
honestly, come on, man.
It's why when men and women get married, men magically live longer and women magically live shorter lives.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're literally giving you life.
Yeah.
You morons!
You morons.
Sorry, I love men. I really do. I just haven't had a good one in a minute. Okay.
Wait, I think we just totally interrupted.
Oh, sorry. Part 2's so good.
Wait, I'm sorry. Where were you?
I don't know.
I'm
I
sorry.
really don't know. It's all good. You guys got a lot to say.
We
No,
do.
but
Mostly while I'm trying to say something.
I know, because I'd be forgetting stuff if I wait.
Wait, I always
can only remember
Let
so
me
much.
help you. You were saying, honestly, I don't even know what you were saying. I feel like you lost the plot too. Do you remember?
No, we were just talking about stunted people, and most people
Oh, yeah,
are
yeah,
stunted,
yeah. And then I
stunted
said-
dudes, and then these girls. But I think that, like, yes, that's funny and probably a little bit more true, but these girls are stunted too, right? Because, like, this might be an old guy thing of me to say, and I'm not even this old, but I am on the inside. The like, what happened to the marry a doctor or a lawyer, mom? You know, like, wasn't that find yourself a good doctor, like not that, like, not to settle down or have a career, but like Ciara and Molly from Sally on Southern Charm, both people who are like, I just want to settle down. Sally just wants to make dinner for a dude every night of the week and do his laundry and be a wife.
I don't know if she said all that, but yes.
No, she's basically said it, and then somebody else said it. I think Vanita or somebody who knows her well. Like, I think that's kind of what she wants to be a wife.
Totally. I just don't think that she wants to be a trad wife. Like, I don't think she wants to be doing someone's laundry.
I think she does, but
Wow.
whatever.
Then
It's
I think
beside the
Sally
point.
doesn't know herself.
But Ciara wants to be a wife and, like, you know, have a family and do the whole bit. And both of you work in hospitals where, like, nurses, doctors, surgeons, like hospital people, managers, like, there's a ton of successful, smart people in a hospital. Are they all
Nurse is a very
shit?
specific thing where, like, if you don't, listen, I'm going to talk out of my ass right now, so just don't even listen to me. But it does seem like if you don't go to school to be a doctor and you do go to be a nurse, you are signing up to assist in a way, to have
God, no.
such a support role, you know, like, and do really all of the caretaking of the person while someone else is there kind of calling shots.
Sure.
You know, so like there is, I'm sure if you decide to go to one or the other, then that there was some thought behind that, because they both take a lot of time and money and, you know, whatever. So
I could be totally off on this, but I watched that show, The Pit, so I'm an expert on ER rooms. And I do have two friends that are nurses. One it's like a family friend, and she has been a nurse for probably 50 years. And then my girlfriend Monica, who's been a nurse for a very long time, and is an amazing person. Anyway, they, like, from what I've gathered, nurses are the glue to all of it. Like,
course,
because they're like, no, because of what you're saying, where it's like, you're the caretakers, you're the ones that are in the room every other hour or whatever, checking in on them. And so you're clocking what it is almost, it's very funny that you bring this up, because it is almost the more maternal role in a marriage. So, like, whether it's man, woman, same sex, whatever, there usually is, like we always say, like a gas pedal and a brake. And the more maternal, I think, people in the hospital rooms or whatever are the nurses, because they're on just, they know, like, oh, this is who their first grade teacher is. This is the medication that they're allergic to. This is how they fell. Which is the more maternal thing. Like, my dad, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what school I graduated from.
Totally.
Wait, your dad? What does that have to do with anything?
Because that's the more paternal. My dad has had the more paternal role in my family.
But also doctors are the ones that aren't that way. They're the God complex people. They're the people that are like, oh, I got it. I need all of you to help me, but I can save the day.
Yeah.
My point is, it's weird that both of these two, maybe not so much Sally, but it's weird that Ciara, I think we all think it's weird that Ciara is single.
I don't.
I do.
It's a little weird.
Because it's one thing, listen, you guys are equally beautiful.
You're a model,
But she's got to go to a ton of shit all the time. she's got to be out doing things with
That's
people
what I mean.
like there's just I don't understand why no guy worth his anything has approached her and said
the story's been out now.
and everyone knows that she's like
That's what I mean.
never
Like,
has
her story's
wants to
out,
have
like-
someone.
But I think with Ciara, I think it's a few things. It's always a few things, right? Like it's never just usually it's never just one thing. I think first of all, she likes a very specific person. Like I think we know people that have a broader view of someone that they could fall in love with. You know, like certain boxes that they want to have checked. I think Ciara, it's why she fell for West. West is a very specific kind of dude. She's really looking for someone that feels like home, that really makes her laugh. Like that whole vibe is super important to her. And that's very hard to find. You guys laugh all the time. You always say that some of your fights just end because someone will crack a joke.
Yeah.
And to genuinely find someone
Mostly me. I'm the funny one.
Okay.
That's a good
No,
split screen.
for you, it's usually that a cat did something funny and then you come in and tell me, and then that's funny.
That funny. I'm the messenger of the funny. Is basically where we got to that.
But my point is like it's so rare to find that, you know? And I think that's really important to her. And then I also think that I think she's getting less guarded, but she is very guarded. And so I think if you have a very specific desire of who you want to be with, like emotionally, right? It's not necessarily a visual thing. It's that intangible whatever, like magic. And then also you're super guarded thinking that I don't know if I trust you. I don't know if I believe whatever. Then any suitors that might come up to her might just kind of be pushed away faster than they can get in because her walls are up so high. And like I said, I do think that's changing, but I think the combination of those two things really makes it tough to meet someone.
Does Paige's boyfriend not have any friends?
It might
They're
not be
fish
funny.
now. Did you hear they're a fish? They're like Facebook official.
Oh, she put him on her feed?
No,
That's
she
joke.
said she never will put a dude again on any social media.
I don't
Well,
blame her.
that
I don't
lie.
blame her for
That's
that.
a
No,
lie.
I don't either, but I don't understand. Like, I keep hearing this thing, what you just said, but it's like everything she's saying is the exact opposite of that she will never talk about them and have them be with her in like a public, like they will never be a part of her like public persona or whatever.
There's
I think that's going to be a smidge tough to do if she intends to continue with her career.
I agree, but where are like they've been together all this time, and this guy is not no one. He has to go to all
it
these
just
sports
came
events. I
out.
think that she goes too, and I never see them photographed together. I saw
No,
them
that it
photographed, I think,
just came
randomly, like in
out.
Italy.
I don't know why
Paige.
I'm so uninterested with this relationship.
No, I'm not interested, but like it has been a headline across
Yeah.
so many things just this last week that she gushes over him. I heard what she said. It was more anti-Craig than it was gushing over him.
Yeah, I think it's just clickbait.
Yeah, I
type
think it's all
headlines.
turned into clickbait. And I don't think she meant for any of it. I think she told one person or had on the pod that she gets UTIs a lot. And then Us Weekly did an entire spread about that. It looked like she did an interview to come to Us Weekly and say, I am a woman who deals with UTIs and was here to like be
Yeah.
the spokesperson for women and UTIs. And this is a public and national pandemic, you
Yeah.
know? And I think it's funny that she has given them so little that it's almost like the rags are getting back at her by being like, then we'll just act like you gave us more.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a little line from your podcast and act like you came into the Us Weekly offices and
To talk
did a
about
spread.
your passion
UTI
for-
Awareness Month.
That's
You've
right.
made February UTI Awareness.
Oh, please don't do that to February. It's
I
my
know.
birth month. Okay, so after the car ride, we come into normally I am not a prank person, but if it's done right, I laugh my ass off. And I have to say, I know we touched on it at the beginning of the episode, I was truly laughing out loud.
One last thing for the car scene is that West makes it a point when he's brought to attention because KJ tells Jesse that Ciara's pissed. And West goes, Cousin Lindsay.
Well,
Yes,
he-
I did
Almost
clock
acted
that.
a little bit like, as if that wasn't his plan the whole time.
Of course, of
Well,
course.
Listen, the last part, I was going to say this before you said that last part. Maybe his plan the whole time. But he didn't even say it like with that much conviction. I would have preferred had he. been like, well, yeah, because of Lindsay. He kind of was like, yeah, because of Lindsay. Like it was a little muffled. It was a little
meek.
Because he's scared of Lindsay.
Dude, yes.
That's what I'm saying, Carl. Just say you scare me.
Like
and
I
everything will be
think
fine.
that
She knows.
he didn't. I think it was uncertain. I think it was because he's scared of Lindsay. I think it was he knows that she's going to be like, you basically told me to. You know how this shit works. This is season 3, asshole.
You've told every single person in this entire house.
You knew who was going to tell her. That's like she knows that he knows that they all know.
Yeah.
So it was meek. Yeah, it's the perfect word.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I almost had to be like, what's that, bro? What did you say? I wanted to. That's what I was saying to the TV. Like, say that? What's that, Wes? Say that a little louder, dude. Because it did kind of seem. It just seemed lame. It seemed either super produced or super like, what? Why are you being a little bitch right now with this whole thing?
That's a great note, Nat, because that's right what Mike's saying.
This is West's. Like if everyone is back on the West team, and so am I. So I'm not. We're all here. But this is where West's growth spot is.
That's right.
Is not kind of tackling things head on, not addressing things, kind of being a pussy and worming around and trying to use words and go through other people. And like I said, on the raft, saying these guys were real mad. You were real mad.
Yeah.
And
but also he's not afraid to tackle things with his friends that are serious things.
But that's why Dara's comment about him was so perfect.
Yeah.
West is the greatest guy in the world unless you're falling in love with him. He has a real blind spot with relationships, and that's where he needs to grow up, which is also why when him and Jesse first met, I think you can really, like, in good ways, you meet people at like, oh, you're super smart and you guys want to create a business and like, I'm a go-getter, all right? Like you can come together on your great parts, but you also can meet someone at your voids, at your equal voids. And I think that West is a shithead in relationships and Jesse is a shithead in relationships. So those two guys being crappy together, you're not judging, right? Because if everyone's eating the Taco Bell and nobody's sitting there being like, oh, I brought my boiled chicken and a salad, then nobody feels bad because we're all being Taco Bell eaters together. Yeah. And that's, I think, why their friendship in the beginning was able to be forged, because they had the same mindset there. And I think that it's going to, it would cause a problem if he tried to move things forward with Ciara because you struck a nerve.
He also has I think that he identifies some things like, I hate this because I don't ever remember in the moment. Hopefully I'll find it later, but I think it might have been Mandy J. I can't remember. But saying something about how Wes called it out previously that he doesn't like the way that Jesse moves and it like calls out the way that he is with women. I think that I get the vibe that Wes doesn't like Jesse. I get the vibe that he would not be friends with him in the real world.
Yes.
And sometimes wishes that maybe Jesse wasn't around anymore. And sometimes I think that Jesse feels that and feels it because like now West has got his other buddy here, his buddy KJ is here, and there's another guy. So he can kind of like, doesn't need to be, it's not the West and Jesse like duo anymore, you know?
Remember we saw that on social media last year? Like Jesse's not in any of West's social media posts.
Exactly, yeah. And I think that he wishes that Jesse would not be on the show anymore. Like I don't think he wants to deal with Jesse anymore. But there have been a slew of social media posts lately of all the guys out together, which feels to me like it's just promo for the show, that they're all just like going out to dinner together and whatever, because you never saw that before this.
There's been like, maybe I'm just falling into the algo, but like I've been getting a bunch of like Kyle's popping up in my thing with stories and carousels and like all the boys together, like not even all the boys, all of them together. And then the girls, Amanda popping up, and then Charlie from Summerhouse popping up, and Southern Charm popping up. And just like, oh, they just went to Mexico on Southern Charm, and now all the Mexico stories are popping up. And then, whatever's happening, that it seems like, and again, people are gonna be like, yeah, dumbass, this has been going on for 10 years. fine.
No, they
but it's
weren't.
really, it's
new.
finally getting to me.
But
See,
to
I
me
knew it
too,
was
and
new.
I've already been in this, and I'm getting so much more of those guys all hanging out together a ton, which I've never seen before. And I know I've never seen it before because we talked about it last year. Like, I don't think they're friends outside of this show. They're also very different people.
Jesse and West.
They're
very
totally
chalk
different.
and cheese.
When
yeah,
did
Wes is like cool guy. It's also why, and like maybe like I'm gonna say this out loud, and I obviously just said that I always have like a harem of beautiful women around me. I don't know how that works, but I've commented that Wes goes out of his way seemingly to kind of like bring in those kinds of people. And I think it might be making up for something for West. I've always said that, like, you know, West isn't the looker. So, but if you've got a gang with you of like beautiful women and beautiful dudes, like.
And you're confident.
And you're confident,
funny
and they're just gonna reel them in, and then you're gonna nail them, like, because whatever. So I think that there's something about Wes. I think that he identifies things about Jesse, and I think that Jesse irritates him as he does, because Wes also knows that he's got those things. They don't present the same way because Wes is just cooler, and Jesse just doesn't got it, you know. Yeah. But I think that he recognizes things that Jesse does and doesn't like it and wants to keep space from him. But I think it's a discomfort thing because
I think
he's
so
like,
too. It's like, have you ever had one of those friends who you could go to a restaurant and they'll be very like sharp with the waiter, or they'll say something like maybe you brought another friend with you and that they don't know this person, and they'll be like, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Why would you say that? And you're like they are a good person, but like they have these social, like they're unable to like read the room or whatever, and
they're a liability.
They're a liability, and I feel like that's how West looks at Jesse a lot of the time.
How did they?
Not all the time, because I do think they don't like, especially when they came back for season 2 or whatever. They were so psyched, and we were like, "Oh, this is going to be our buddy comedy and sharing the room, whatever." So like, I don't think he totally can't stand him, but like he would never organically pick him to be his friend.
And there's just moments where he's just like, oh, it'd be so much cooler if this guy wasn't here right now.
Cooke said it last week when she was here, and I think we can all agree. Season 1, West and Jesse, hell yeah, right?
Yeah.
These guys are the best. What a great addition.
The best bromance in town.
Best bromance in town. We're going to get 5, 6, 7 years out of this. Hallelujah, right? Season 2, they both kind of took a shit, right? Season 3, West has made his way back. Jesse has not.
It's still shitting.
Yeah.
But like, is it fair to say that West is just having the same reaction to Jesse that we all are?
Welcome,
Season 1, when they just met and they were buds, like they had the time of their lives. They go to Summerhouse, they're a hit. They become close. It's summer camp. Like Timmy said, you're shoved into a house for the weekend. You become real close real fast. Those bonds just ignite super quickly. So is it possible that West is just having the same reaction? Like, no, they were, he's just, now it's true what you're saying, but it's also, it makes sense because the rest of us feel the same way. The rest of us used to love Jesse. Not all of us, but.
We always talk about how like when you meet someone at first, you're not meeting them, you're meeting their representative, and the representative can only stay on the clock for so long. And I feel like Jesse's representative has officially left the building for everyone.
Retired.
And so,
yeah. And then the last thing about that, it's totally lost my mind now. Now I'm just stalling for time because I can't remember it.
Well, I'll fill the time. You can interrupt me in a second.
I probably will.
No, I know you will. So
you
going
did,
back
and then
to
I did. Sorry.
West being meek and these dudes, Jesse and West, not like being stunted and not growing up, and comparing that to KJ, who seems young but mature and again raised by a bunch of women, and so was taught to speak and vocalize his emotions and feelings. When he turned to Ben and was like, "No, speak. I want to hear you talk." When they were talking about Dara, I think when I first kind of saw it might have been something in the trailer from the week prior. I was like, "Oh no, dude, are you going to be a dick about this?" And after seeing it, I was like, "That was so perfect and
Lovely.
so KJ-esque, which is a good thing." Very Lexi, like very Lexi last summer, like not Lexi post the Summerhouse, but
Lexi
like
and KJ would have totally hit it off. I think.
Yeah,
but
totally.
just very direct and very like, no, I do want to hear what you have to say because you are a part of this storyline. Like I took her for the tour and we had a vibe, and you guys went and did your thing and you guys had a vibe. She picked me. How do you feel about that? Like, I just thought it was a very mature
exchange.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Well, oddly enough, not a mature exchange. I think it was mature on KJ's part.
That's right.
I think Ben handled it a little awkward.
Wait, no, you're right, because, and I was trying to say this earlier when we talked about it, because Nat said Ben's response was, "Oh, I'm not looking for anything short term anyway," and I was like, no one said anything, unless the editing was wonky. It read to me as Ben was trying to be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't want her anyway. Like, it's fine."
Kind of did. Yeah. And just like I said, to see scenes from the next, I got a bad vibe. And I've also, having seen that after watching this whole episode and realizing like, oh my God, we've all been like whatever around you. Like, oh my God, he's so cute. Not realizing like you haven't really said anything.
Yeah.
This is why I have no idea who you are. I don't know anything. I know a couple things because you've talked about your family being, you were raised religious and whatever. But like, aside from that, like, I really don't know what you're doing here, how you got here in a way of like, what's this? What purpose is this serving? What are you doing with this platform? What are you, I don't know, whatever. Not that anybody even cares about that shit. Last thing about West is just in the way that he kind of told everyone except Ciara about what was happening, and then kind of was repeating things that other people said. And I don't know, it seems like he's using this, he's kind of glad. Have you ever like not wanted to be friends with someone and didn't know how to get out of it, but then they did something and you're like, thank God they did that thing, because now I've got a reason to to kind of take the out. Kind of seems like he's trying to make this maybe a bigger thing than it is for himself. It is a big deal for Ciara, but just the way that West is talking about it seems like he's trying to, no, already everybody doesn't like him. I'm going to keep this momentum going, like, and just show again that you've not changed. And like, why are you even have this guy here? You know?
If Jesse's a threat to Ciara, he's going to take out his enemy.
Yeah.
Like, he's using this as a weapon to just take out Jesse as an option for Ciara.
But I honestly, I don't even know. And I know, again, we're going to see from scenes from the next, how West is having that conversation with Ben and is like, oh, it was so dreamy when we were together and whatever. That is going to throw this take off. But like, my vibe this entire time has been, if anything, he just wants to hook up with her again and like have a little summer fling with her.
There's no fucking way, dude. Like, nobody on earth, I shouldn't say this. Nobody with that amount of charm and riz and like charisma, I'll say the old guy word, like, nobody who has that kind of job, like, you can't play smart and stupid. That is so dumb. That would be the dumbest. There's no way West is like, I think I could pull off a hookup. That's wild.
No. It's like that is something that he would enjoy. So when I say that,
that's something the three of us would enjoy.
When I'm saying that my vibe is not that he wants to get into a relationship with her. I could see him wanting to have just another little Summerhouse fling with her. I could definitely see that. I don't think that's what he's here for. I almost feel like he is using Ciara, like I said last week. There's something, he has learned that his image is greatly affected by Ciara's audience. And I'm just getting kind of a fraudulent vibe from West in these last couple episodes, that he is leaning into like, I still have feelings for her, but I'm just going to leave her be. I think he does. He has feelings for her in a way that he just wants to nail her again, but he's not ready to commit. This is the one thing I agree with Jesse on. When Jesse was like, he's like 5 years away. I think I said that episode 1. This guy is not ready to be with anyone.
I don't think he's, these aren't mutually exclusive things. I don't think him having feelings for her again means that he's ready to commit. I think he's like, it's like when you are in love with this outfit, right? And like, you still can't afford it, but like, I just want to walk by the window again. I love it.
Exactly.
I've never put on a better pair of jeans in my life. Like, but then, and like, great. So, but don't put them on. Don't with it. Don't ask them to take it off the mannequin because you're riling everybody up and you can't afford the outfit. So it'll be interesting to see what he does, but I don't think he's doing it to lean into the audience. I think he genuinely likes her.
But the way he's telling everybody is kind of leaning into it, because then we all get the feels for West. Oh, he really liked it, but he knows he can't. But he's going to tell everyone here about how he does still have these feelings.
I think that's
of course
West.
I do. How could I not? When all he's doing, like, he's already been photographed with other girls. Like, he's walking girls home at 3 or 4 a.m. in New York City getting like he's.
No, they're probably just his friends.
Okay.
He's being a respectful gentleman.
Oh, because he's so not in this to hook up. That's so not West's MO. All I'm saying is that I'm back on the West train, but in a way that, like, I'm done with being mad at him. But do I think that he is someone to be kind of held up?
I don't think he's a changed person.
I don't
in the
think he's a
respect of
changed
women.
person.
No.
I think he's
don't
gotten
either.
wiser on everything you said. You can't play smart and stupid. Like, he's trying to work all the angles, though, for self-preservation, for longevity on the show, for...
Listen, I think that there's also, like, you could be right, but then there could also be, but there, we'll get to next week and we'll find out that they were just having a conversation. And when he was with Ciara, it was great. Like, we had a good time. And then that dreamy thing could be from something else, like, at the the last whatever bed bugs party last year, we finally was our first time where we finally like talked and had a decent moment. I'm just making shit up. It was dreamy, right? I'm just saying, like, that whole scene. Whoa, guy, be careful. That whole scene could have been taken out of context. It could have been, do you miss her? Yeah, I miss her. Does she know that?
He goes, she knows.
Well,
I just don't know what to do. And
right,
he
but that
crawls up
could
in
be a
ball,
little
like
something else.
child,
Because he knows
but
that he
listen,
can't handle...
that could be something
you can
else.
have
It could
her,
be
but
some.
you can't commit to her. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
No,
It's just
she
like
said something, and so I had to say something.
it could be something else. All those comments could be taken out of context, and it could lead to him being like, "Yeah, it was great. It was dreamy. Do you miss her? Yeah, like, of course he wants to make out with her. Of course he misses her. Of course it was dreamy. It's fucking Ciara, dude. You like that. You had it and you blew it. Like, or you didn't, because that's not what you want. That's fine. Then you blew it because you didn't tell her that. But, like, I don't know. Like, I think if it comes to next week and he's like really having a moment of like, no, it was amazing. It was dreamy. I miss her so much. I don't know what to do. Does she know? Well, I think she knows, but I haven't talked to her. Like, if it's that, then I'm peeking over to the fence, your side of the fence, but I'm on your side of the, cause I'm like, it just seems like,
West is not...
I don't know, man.
All you have to do
adult.
is not nail other chicks, and you could have the woman of your dreams, who you're acting as if she's the woman of your dreams. Everything that you're saying is pointing to, she was incredible. It was everything. I can't believe. And now, but I just, then I couldn't literally nail every girl I'm with in New York City.
That's part of the conversation that gets left out, was he's like, yeah, she knows, but like, we also know that I'm not ready. She knows that I'm not ready.
So he's doing to her what I think Jesse's doing to her, which is basically just singing her praises as this dreamy, beautiful being that he got to spend all this intimate time with, but doesn't want to just answer to her every day.
This is where it has nothing to do with her. Jen O'Toole, I think I'm going to make you proud with what I'm about to say. He's not rejecting her. He's rejecting the version of himself that he needs to become to be with her. He doesn't want to man up. He doesn't want to just sleep with one person.
Do you think that's going to mean something to Ciara? From everything that she said, where it's like, everyone just wants to spend this time with me, to experience me, to do all the things with me, but they don't want to be my best friend and commit to me and like live a partnered life with me.
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, then you're a loser. Like, it's also, you have to consider.
Did you just call Ciara a loser?
No, West.
Oh.
I would never. Ciara's my best friend. I'm obsessed with her. You also have to consider the timeline, right? Like, they had their thing. it obviously was so great until it wasn't, and then it was so bad until it wasn't, and they are now in this kind of repair process. And it's like, I know that it was never as like fun and as good as it was when I was with you, or as dreamy, whatever the words that he used were. But I also know that like, I don't want to be somebody's boyfriend. I don't want to be a partner. I don't want to get serious with anyone. And then it's just like,
but nobody does until they do. Nobody does until they meet the person that they do. And I guess that's,
I don't know.
It's
that
more
I don't agree
specifically with men. You don't think that like...
No, because Austin has had every amazing chick ever. You're telling me Madison, you don't want to spend a life with Madison? Ciara, Olivia, every girl that Austin on Southern Charm has been with, it's the call is coming from inside the house. Austin's the problem. No, it's not that he hasn't met an amazing woman to settle down with.
No. I know, but until like, when is she going to be like, she should be enough for literally anyone. And the fact that she's not, it has nothing to do with her. It does have everything to do with him. But I'm saying that the way that they keep talking about it, like if I feel like this is what I've gotten from Ciara. I have gotten from Ciara that she is to a point that it's like, if you're not in it to win it, keep my name out your mouth. Like that's where she is, to a point where she is like, every guy in this world has sang my praises left, right, and center. I've heard every wonderful thing you could ever hear about someone. And like, I'm sure a million women could really benefit from something like that. But she is at her max to a point where it's like, now I've just got storage and now I'm paying for the storage. I've heard everything. And now like, this is actually to my detriment. Like you are telling me these things and it's actually only proving that I still seem to have nothing to offer someone other than this physical being that I am. Like that's what I would be gathering if I was her. That's what I take from what she is saying, is that at this point, do not tell me anything about how wonderful it was when we were together, because that is only hurtful. So I'm just saying the conversations that are being had about her, this likens to the conversations that Jesse, they are different. They're different, but it's this, at this point, they are taken the same way. They are taken in the same, they're doing, this is not the good. It's not, she doesn't want to hear it. This is just now only proving a point.
She wants to hear it. I'm just saying like, it's a West problem. It's not a Ciara problem.
I never said it was a Ciara problem. I'm saying that it's the problem of like, it's her problem that she has to deal with. You're making this her problem. Stop talking about her. Stop confiding in your friends that because she just heard this. Jesse just confided in some people and saying what they're totally different, but it's the same thing. She's getting fed. She will be fed this, whether somebody tells her about this conversation. Maybe Wes just finally tells her straight up. Maybe she sees it on TV. Whatever it is, it's like just more. That what am I supposed to do with this?
Yes, I hear what you're saying, and I do agree with that. It's like either come to me and Annie up, or say, I'm having all of these feelings for you, but I also know that like I'm still not in the position to be in a relationship and I don't know what to do with these feelings, but like I'm just saying like he could be more upfront with her about how he's feeling, but I also think he's working through in real time what's going on for him emotionally with her. And I think the catalyst for that was Jesse coming in being like, hey, what if I hooked up with her? And I think because Ciara is so specific and she never brings dudes around, like, and this could have been editing, but remember when they were on the beach and Ciara's like, oh my God, that guy is so cute. West's head snapped around so quickly, I thought it was going to fall off. And everyone's like, wait, where? She's like, that's Seagull. But he thought she had eyes for somebody else. But because she never brings anyone else around, it's never his status with her as being like the last great love or whatever that she had is intact. Because no one's threatened it. The record, right? Of reigning ex-boyfriend. And so I think just that Jesse challenging that has put him into a tailspin. And I think that, yes, could he just totally button it up and not say anything because he knows I can't even afford this outfit. I'm not even going in the store. 100%. And that's what he should do. Is that what he should do? Yeah. Yes. But we don't know yet if he had real, like, if real intentions of them being together and them trying it.
If everything that like my whole vibe of like that they're not getting together, this is not going to be a thing any more than it ever was, then I eat all of this. If this whole thing leads to him, Eureka, I love her too. I love, what's his name? What do you always say from Clueless?
I love Josh.
I love Josh. Yeah.
Well, you're probably right. We're probably all going to get, left out in the cold again.
if that doesn't happen here, I never want to hear Ciara's name come out of Wes's mouth again.
100%.
Because like she's the one that she's just out here living her life and dressing up like a
Rat.
but like what it was called something specific when you're
plague rat.
A plague rat. She's out here just doing her things, getting her costumes, planning her this, hanging out with Mia, bringing in people. Like I just do like just living, trying to take her Prozac and be a lighter person and whatever. And these assholes are just constantly like, whoa, like making her the storyline. Just like I always say, everyone makes Craig their storyline. Like they're like, their whole thing is about her. And then she's still in love with this guy. And so I really think like at this point, if nothing happens, I never want to hear her name out of either of these dudes' mouth again.
100% agreed.
If I keep beating people, they'll go, agreed, Natalie.
No, but I wasn't following what you were saying in the beginning. Now I understand what you're saying. And yes, agreed.
Me, I'm so good and clear, though. I'm so good at taking you on a nice, clear ride.
Clear as mud.
You know exactly where the destination is all the time.
But I always want to give hope a chance. So like if something, like again, we just don't know how it's going to end. Let's see what happens, blah, blah, blah. Now, the last scene in the episode is when Jesse, so now, everyone gets back to the house. They're having their cocktail after I was laughing out loud at the pranks. They really got me. And Wes is like, you want to go talk? Where should we talk? Like, this is what's so annoying.
No, Jesse.
Or Jesse. This is what drives me crazy about certain people. If you want,
toothy.
If you want to have a conversation, hey, can I grab you for a minute? No problem. Thought we could just go sit in here and talk. It's like a guy who asks you out on a date and is like, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? No, you asked me.
Yeah.
Tell me this is what we're doing. Okay?
Paige Sherwood would say, that's none of my business.
It's none of mine either. None of mine either. So
Nothing. I told you where we were going.
Yeah, see, that's how you're together 16
No, you
years
did.
later.
You said, be ready at 9. I'm picking you up. We're going to breakfast. And then did I say where we were going? Because we did go to mine and Stephanie's favorite place. So I might have been suggesting. It's neither here nor there. Continue.
Yeah. Okay. So when I was watching this conversation, I was having such PTSD from last season because he's doing the exact same shit he did with Lexi, where he's leaving out convenient, very important pieces of information as to what he said. Because he's like, I just was like, and talk about soft-spoken and meek. This guy who's literally the loudest mouth this side of the Mississippi was like, I was just saying that, like, maybe what if we just hooked up one time or something? Like, is that so weird? And it's like, I didn't know where he stood on it. And it's like, first of all, that's not how you speak. Get on your voice, motherfucker. Second of all, this is not at all how you said it.
Yeah.
And the word that just kept being pummeled into my brain was like, he's just the most feckless dude on television. It's so gross. I said it just like we said it last season. Just say, this is what I said. This is, I don't want to meet your mom. I did say it was weird that we spent all that time together, that I met your family and we had only been hanging out for a week or whatever. Just say that.
Yeah.
Just tell Ciara, you have cameras on you. Just say, and by the way, she already knows what you said because I'm sure she cross-referenced this with KJ, who was in the room. And trust, I'm believing that KJ delivered the message accurately, clearly and accurately, because he was raised by women.
Yeah.
She knows everything he said. And it's just so silly, especially because they do have such like a solid friendship built.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you just be honest with her? I know why, because you're ashamed of what you said.
Yeah. But you could tell that he did really try to put something together that sounded very like progressive and like, I just thought that the right thing to do was to talk to my friend about it first and see what the vibe was and see if it, because then I just would have dropped it. And like, he never took into account that the problem was, it doesn't matter what you said to West, it does. But first and foremost, you should have gone to her first because it's her body, her choice.
So like that, like what I agree, like he probably tried to come up with something progressive.
Yeah.
Totally did not.
Yeah,
You
no,
did-
so bad.
the progressive thing would have been to just go to her in the first place,
Yeah.
see if it was an option, then go to your buddy and be like, this might be a
Exactly.
thing, and just your buddy, not the other buddies, and be like, listen, we've talked, like this is what's been happening. Here's
Yeah.
a timeline. Do you mind if I've did it, and then go from there? Like, so I agree that he was like, I need to think this through, and then
Yeah.
just didn't think. He forgot the thinking part.
He spent all the time thinking about not the
Yeah, I think
How
you
to
gotta
get
do
himself
think-
out of the hot water he
thinking.
put himself in. So don't say it was drunk when we're drunk. Don't say it was jokingly.
Yeah.
He thinks girls are so dumb. And it's like, we have done the math so deeply on what's going on and have talked about the minutia of the minutia and have beaten this horse till it's powder now. We've actually, what's it called when you die and you get yourself, we've cremated the horse with how much we've beaten it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in a powder
Spread his
form.
ashes over the Hamptons.
That's right. Like, to think that she doesn't know all of these details, and what it really comes down to, Jesse, is you do not want to have an adult conversation. Because the adult conversation is what you're saying, going to Ciara saying, listen, I think I have feelings for you. I would like to explore that with you, but I wanted to see like where you fall with this. And if she says, yeah, I kind of would like to explore something also, I'd like to take you on a date. And she said, yeah, I'd like to explore that also. Then go to West and tell him. Or if she says, listen, I don't feel that way, then still go to West and be like, listen, I just want you to know, I thought I was having feelings for Ciara. I just talked to her about it. She said she doesn't feel that way, but I just wanted you to know that like that conversation was had.
Yeah.
Both of these though are adult conversations. That means you are going to be putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation. And Jesse just doesn't want to do that. What does Jesse Solomon want to do? Act like a junior in high school for
Yeah.
the rest of his life.
So there was a few weeks back where Mark might have showed up a few times in a row.
a few times in a row.
Yeah, like for a few episodes.
We put a sign up that said Mark has been banned, but you just ripped it down.
Wait, we should have one of those things. You know, on a construction site, it's like days without an accident.
Yeah.
We should have like days without a mark
Marks it in.
appearance.
That's funny. Not that funny.
Really funny.
Pretty funny. But there was like in the comments was everybody's like, dude, this guy's kind of a dick, or why you gotta be so argumentative, and, like, and all this, right? And so like,
If it comes from a complete stranger.
oh, dude, I've already forgot what I'm trying to say.
Oh God!
There were a few days in a row last season that Mark showed up, and you were in the
Not,
comments. and-
not last season.
well, it gets confusing.
I was just
Whatever.
gonna look down and do this.
The thing with Jesse that's weird about not wanting to have adult conversations is he's had a bunch of adult conversations, right? And so like there was a few weeks ago where things here got a little argumentative, and like I just got, and I do about Craig, whatever, and it like get a little heated, right? And like in the comments was like, dude, calm down. Like the people who have been here for a while were like, bro, Mike, chill the fuck out. It's not that serious. There was some new people that were like, what's wrong with this, dude? And some people that have been here since the beginning that were like, it's just not fun anymore. And so there was a chain that I was on, and I was like, listen, I grew up at a single family home, and for a long time, I was the only one there to fight with. And so I was like, I think that my reaction to fighting is it's normal. That's a normal thing that you do when you like in life, because that's how I kind of grew up. So it's weird though how, because some people were like, oh, I grew up in a house that fought, and I don't want any part of it, right? And I'm like, well, that's normal. So it's weird. It's weird what makes people end up one way or the other, right? Because you would be surprised if you were telling someone about Jesse that he can't have an adult conversation when for years all he did was have the most adult conversation you
don't
can
know that.
possibly have.
We don't know if his parents were spearheading everything.
Doesn't matter.
and he was
Somebody
just in
had
the room,
to
and
tell
maybe
the
he
kids
right.
something.
But because
And
you
the
were,
last one was he was on the show, so he was 27, 28. Like, he's in the room. He's having conversations. He's got his own doctor now. He's not going to a pediatrician. Like, this is, you know what I mean?
I feel like Jesse is
he
the guy
probably
that still goes to his
pediatrician.
pediatrician.
with his
I
mom,
kind of
yeah,
think so also.
and holds his mom hand when he gets okay, go now, when he gets the
sucker.
blood drawn. My point is, he's whether it's been comforting conversations from his parents, like he's had adult conversations. Clearly, he has not learned to accept those and carry those into his personal life. He's gone the other way, where he's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, that to me means someone's going to tell me I might die in a few months. Do you know what I mean?
Or he just was like, after that happened, I never want to do that again. Like, I know, like, there are people that were married and it wasn't even that their marriage was bad, but they get out of it and they're like, I will never be married again. I would sooner die than walk down the aisle. If I say I do, it's against my will. And it's just, people react to things, you know, like you say, in surprising ways. You could, or someone could have been in a bad marriage, they get out of it, and then very quickly they get into another marriage and they're like, this just changed everything and I'm so happy. So it's like, you just don't know. What we do know is Jesse needs to be in therapy. I do like also that Ciara said, and I was mentioning this in the beginning, but this is where I wanted to bring it up because this is where it happened, where she said, if Jesse's 75% to blame for this, I'm 25% to blame for this, because it is fun to flirt and it is.
I think it was the other way around.
Oh,
No, she took way.
Yeah, I was
Really?
shocked by it. She took the 75%.
Oh, okay.
So I have some other comments. A bunch of people said, basically, in a nutshell, Sarah knows exactly what she's doing. Fishing Gal, Truth for Peace, Steffi Marie, Rodina Waldman. I always pronounce this wrong. China Ugana and Nettie all said, basically, like, let's stop pretending like Sarah's confused. She knows what she's doing. Flirting intentionally, making Wes jealous, sending mixed signals, thriving on attention. But then Reality Bites, A Manny J and Sandy with Cat says Jesse is still the problem. Like, took all the, like, those were the group that was like, yeah. But still,
I think Jesse
problem.
is still the problem. And what I get annoyed with is, I think it's very easy. Listen, of course, it's fun to flirt and it's fun to have someone be like, you look so cute and whatever. We've all been in those situations. But if she wasn't as beautiful as she was, I don't think she would be getting as much, like, you know exactly what you're doing. You're so gorgeous. Who wouldn't fall in love with you kind of thoughts from people.
But the
that's not-
snuggling
yeah,
has
that's
been next
not-
level this
that's
year.
maybe a
And
little
Cooke
bit
and I
true,
talked
but-
about that she never did that before. Like, I was giving her a hard time and she wasn't
He
doing
would do
nearly
it,
as much.
and she would
be like,
kind of
"Okay,
wiggle and
yeah."
react like it was awkward. Now it is no
Now
longer
she's, like,
awkward.
squeezing up.
She's definitely
Yeah.
canoodling, and I'll prove it to
But
you.
she's allowed to flirt.
No one's
No,
saying
but
she's
I'm-
not.
but,
They
like-
both are. But like when they had that conversation on the bed, this whole conversation they were talking about, she never was like, "What?" When Lindsay told her, her reaction was not. Remember when West was like, I think she would laugh. Like, if you told her, I think she'd laugh about it, and Lindsay was like, I don't know.
Wes did not.
He
like
did
that.
not like that at all. And guess what? She didn't laugh about it. She was a little like bummed
upset,
about
yeah.
it. She was upset, which, like, if you weren't serious about this, dude, this is your little brother. Like, you're just having a fun time, flirty stuff. You would laugh about it. You wouldn't be upset. And then when they had the conversation, she never brought up anything about, like, dude, come on, are you serious? Like, we're here every summer. There's what, like, it was
No.
never that. She was more offended that it was a joke. And if you took that out of it, that conversation would have been different.
I
It
think it
would have
might have
been
too.
like, do you want to do that? Are you going to be a bit like, are you going to take me to dinner or not? And he would have been like, dude, you like to go? Like, and he would have asked her where, and then something would have happened, right?
But you can't take the joke part out of it because he said
No,
it.
I know, 100%. I'm just saying, like, that's not my point. My point is that she was thinking about this too. This has crossed her mind, Jesse.
Right,
and the
then
fact that he ruined it, because whether it was just to make Wes jealous, which is another part of some of the comments, That could be a thing too.
I'm in on that.
But she thought about it. She thought about something with Jesse. I don't think she's fooling around for no reason. So I think she has to like you in order to even make somebody jealous. So like the cuddling, the snuggle, she was in her skivvies, dude. Like that was basically
fairness, she's always in her skivvies.
Right. But like that was sexy time, right? And she had no problem like getting right up in. So like, again, she definitely knows what she's doing. And then when this whole thing came to light, she didn't laugh or scoff at it. She was,
maybe I'm confused.
She was like, wait, what? You thought this was a joke? Because I'm not going to say it, but I'm being Ciara right now. Pretend I'm beautiful. I'm not going to say it, but I didn't think it was a joke. Like that was what was going through her head.
Correct. But maybe then I'm confused on the sentiment. Because when I read those, it seemed like Ciara, maybe they felt Ciara was doing something wrong. Like she knew, like, yes, of course she knew she was flirting, but she's allowed to flirt and she's allowed to try things on and see how it fits and see if she'd be interested because she's single. So I don't see any wrongdoing there. It felt like they thought there was maybe a fly in the ointment.
I think that I hate Jesse. So I want her to laugh in his face. That's what I want to happen. I think so many people hate Jesse. I think like a big part of our audience is with us, like just thinks this guy is just creepster, gross. Like just stop touching her, get out of here. You're not a bed bug. No one's buying this. You're just trying to get access to them. And like you're like bed bugging is about gossip and about like laughing and kind of looking down on everyone else like, okay, minions, and he's in there like really just trying to squeeze some boobs,
but also being a gossip. He's the fourth best gossip in the house,
but he's
bad at gossiping,
and I don't trust his narration.
That's why I'm saying he's bad at gossiping because he gets the story wrong.
So like I think that people are saying like she shouldn't be doing this and they're mad at her. Like I'm mad at her. Like, don't give him that. Stop letting him touch you. Humiliate him, embarrass him, call him out right now and be like, you think you're gonna get with this? Like that's what I want. So I think that that's what the audience wants. So we're yelling at Ciara, not like she's not doing anything morally, ethically, whatever wrong. Just she can do whatever she wants, but we don't want her to do any of this. And so that's what I think that the wrong part is. Now, one last thing about this, and I'm not just for me, one last thing, about this whole thing that I noticed. When she's telling him these things, he thinks that his explanation as to, well, I thought the right thing to do was to start here, and then if that led to this, then I would do this. And I think that he really came in there thinking, I thought this whole thing through. Maybe even his mom helped with this. Like if you're going to remember that conversation you had with Lexi last year when she was kind of calling you out on things and how he came off. It was so similar. You could see him getting almost kind of like irritated that he even had to deal with this. Like he just like, God, chill out. I did everything right, But like Ciara is a bigger, more, she means more to him, to the story, to the show. She's the senior on campus. She's a
bigger, better deal.
Whereas Lexi was just a newbie, so he could act more put off. You could tell that he was trying to mask his put offness.
Yeah.
As shitty as he was doing it, it was so obvious.
And it was real shitty.
Yeah, it was real shitty. And it just shows that like he has learned something from last year, but all it is presentation.
But it's
like
also the wrong thing to learn.
No, that's what I mean. It's not, like, that's exactly what I was going to say. It has nothing to do with like what he should have learned. All he took from last year and how he did was that it didn't come off well and people didn't like it. So he thought if I practice this whole, like my whole diatribe as to, well, I thought that if I started here and it was the right thing to do and blah, blah, and he didn't think about any of like the real things that you should be thinking about. And that's why it all came crashing down again. And maybe he'll learn a little bit more from this next year. I don't like expect it, but
You know what it reminds me of? When a kid's little and they get caught cheating, and then now instead of like getting the lesson of like, no, just do the work and like learn the knowledge and do well on the test, like they think, it's because I got to be better at cheating.
Yeah.
Like that's
Jesse all did. He's gotten from it. Yeah.
He's so gross.
One thing I was going to say earlier in the show, and now everyone's gone, so no one will hear this piece of brilliance. I think Paige and Craig ruined everything. I think
he's not even in this scene.
No, I think their relationship and the success of their relationship from a branding, marketing, life building. You were here 3 years ago and now you're way up here.
Yeah.
That whole part of their relation. And I'm not saying it was all that or fake or whatever. I'm not saying that. And that's not the conversation. The conversation is I don't know. I can't think of another reality show relationship that worked out that well and didn't even work out. Like they broke up and that worked out great. You know what I mean? And so I think that I'm noticing a lot of people that seem to have that, like, I'm getting that Craig and Paige money look in their eye. And that's kind of where a lot of these relationships are beaming from, or like, again, I know we're kind of crossing shows, but Sally just being a mayhem on Southern Charm about finding a boy, Craig being weird about dating anybody because like now the golden goose is single, and if you can catch him, like, whoo, you got a pocket, you got whatever you want, you know. Like it, all of it. Like I think that their relationship might ruin these type of shows for a little while because people are just going to be wanting that.
I mean, it kind of, the way that Dara kind of went straight for KJ, I think she understands the assignment. Like, because like I love KJ and I am going to choose to believe that she just saw something in him that she really liked too and whatever. But it almost did kind of seem like she kind of tried it out with Ben first and it just like was not working.
No, I agree with that. So that's why I think it was genuine with KJ is like they both had their time. Like it was kind of perfect. Like
Yeah, because she talked to KJ first.
She did talk to KJ first.
But then she spent sort of like the
she flirted
evening
with
in Ben's
KJ
room
first with the
him.
shirt thing and the whole, and he was like, "Oh, you're pretty," and she's like,
And he didn't remember meeting her.
Serious? We met like 4 days ago, you dumbass. And so like that was funny and cute. Like, so he got his shot, Ben got a shot, he got the tour, Ben got a little tour. Like they both had their time with her, and KJ won. Like it was kind of a perfectly Renaissance chivalry dance of like of a quarter and like. You know, I'm surprised there was no, what's the thing your dad's supposed to give
Dowry.
you? The dowry. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was very thematic in that little, of that. And
Renaissance imitating life.
Exactly. Yeah. And KJ won. So I do think it was real. And that little date they had, she seemed to be very giggly and like, flirty and like, you know, like, oh, no one can eat because they got the, you know, the butterfly. Like it just seemed super cute and like genuine that.
Listen, I'm gonna.
And like you said, Ben
there
is.
was moments
Ben
that
is
I
dull.
saw that she was going hard for Ben, and Ben was just like kind of a dud in the wind. Like she tried to get Ben to go on the tour with him. Oh, we're just. Ben, you want to come? And Ben just sort of stood there and with his head up his ass, like didn't really know what to say. And then when they go in his room and she's like,
gonna be single
he says something to her and she's like, "You're so full." Like just she's laying on his bed and kind of looking at like she could see that like this was gonna be a lot of work to like keep. But this guy was primed and. I'm literally picking out like the pessimistic view here. Just know that I know that, but that like if we're talking about
maybe she's not here for the right reasons, is what you're saying.
Well, just with respect to what you were saying about like that Craig and Paige kind of ruined this whole thing because now everyone's kind of got their eyes like they're thinking about it, and so I'm saying that she could be falling into that and realizing KJ is going to be away, and I'm not saying she doesn't like him. I think she does like him. I'm just saying she also might be smart enough to know like I like this guy and I'm going to take a shot on this one. This seems like this could be something, but it wasn't for lack of trying with Cutie Pie.
Yeah, I would say that real quick, the top 5, maybe top 10 at least successful relationships, Ciara and West, like from the same standpoint of like marketing and like nobody knew who the West Wilson was, and now everybody knows who West Wilson is.
Yeah, you're gonna have a shitty year, but you're gonna come out. It's
gonna pay off in the long run.
Household name. And
he would be one person to tell his buddies, be like, "Oh no, here's how you do this. It might suck. Well, it sucked for me, but you're a chick, so you're gonna be fine." There's 2 dudes. There's this guy Ben. He's an Aussie. Everybody loves him. He's a little weird. There's KJ. He's not looking for it, but he's you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like West is the type of person who would give that information to their buddy
'cause they're
prior
bros.
to, because
He's
they're
bros with all of his ex-girlfriends.
Yeah, he's bros with all his hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, I think Craig and Paige ruined everything.
One other thing that was kind of crappy is to have seen when Mia and Ciara are in the bedroom and Ciara is like upset. It was right after the jousting thing. I don't know if we ever even touched on this scene.
The joust. Oh no, when they were in bed.
Yeah.
Talking. No.
Just like, how many times are we going to have
I said the
this?
same thing. Like, this is becoming the new dinner table takedown.
Yeah. It's like, and
It
at
really
least
is.
Ciara's not the go get him tiger role this time. At least she's on the other end of it. But like, I wanted to like name this episode like, why are we crying again over like these?
Summer should be fun. Is
Yes,
that what you
summer
want to name
should
it?
be fun, and like these morons, because I am I'm having a little funky time with West right now, just because I feel like I'm seeing him a little clearer and like possibly just some not great intentions or just like the way he's moving. I'm not loving it, So I'm just looking at these women and just thinking about how many of these amazing women are going to be crying in this bed over some Yahoo on these shows, and
I will say two things. If you need help getting out on West, I had my first moment since the time I was mad at West, where I was like, "Whoa, dude!" Happened twice this episode.
yeah.
One was the complete whiffing of the golf ball. Pat Clark, like, come on, that's so many points down.
I was really like on like pins and needles, going, "What else did it?"
I am so.
Did I
walked
miss
right
it?
into
Yeah,
that?
the worst thing ever. The second one, he ran out of the house, down the driveway, and I'm pretty sure halfway back to the city when they scared him with the plant.
Oh, I love
Everyone
it.
else was like giggling and laughing. This dude straight ran out of the house, and they stayed on the shot because KJ was there being awkward, and he went to the gate running. West Wilson ran to the freaking gate. That guy. But also the dang it. You say something and then I think of two things to say and then I say the first thing and I forget the second
See,
thing.
and nobody even interrupted you there. You forgot that on your own.
I did.
Other people think that Wes is also not so innocent, and that would be
it's just
Pat
'cause-
Clark, Steffi Marie, and Truth for Peace. Some of you are like, let's not crown Wes king just yet. F-boy tendencies, strategic casserole energy.
That is such a good name.
Maybe not as wounded as he's pretending. See, I'm not the only one out here just seeing that he might not be as wounded as he is showing. Jay Juniper, though, says, stop dogpiling Jesse. He's just messy TV. That's what we're here for, right? We've got one Jesse defender and you.
I'm not defending. I'm just deep diving.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Commie
Totally different.
Commies?
Yeah.
Okay. Mary Ayaka Kent said, "Oh my gosh, the laughing thing at the end. You felt that in my core." And Mike's confused. I think she means to say, "I felt that in my core." And Mike's confused expression was the best. I absolutely love laughing with my best friend like that. Y'all crack me up. And I just needed to read that because even when I watch that back, I'm crying laughing over it. Or if I watch other besties just laughing, unintelligible gobbledygook coming out of their mouths, it's the best feeling in the world because it truly is just it is so specific to your best friend laughter. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do. I have a best friend.
Yeah, she's my best friend.
You don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends. But Fufa and I laugh like that all the time.
I didn't even remember it because I was so just trying to figure out how to keep going until I cut it and was like, oh my God. Like I remember only thinking I have ruined the end of this show. This is so stupid. Because I can't put two words together. I'm just piercing things on the both of them. And then so to watch it back and go, okay, I think people are going to get it at least.
Yeah.
Because it felt like it made no sense at all. Minnie, do not knock that off of there again.
Migraine humor, am I right?
Yeah.
It's
Like
every
I'm
time.
blacked out kind of from it.
Many Adventures of Ashley said the COVID season was so good, and one reason why I loved Winter House, because it was 2 full weeks of them all together, and there was no week daytime for tensions to diffuse. And we were talking about that last episode, that we love that, and this is why we want you to bring back Winter House. Krista S said, I've been watching the first season of Summerhouse this week. It was really great. Vintage Lindsay and Everett, etc. Oh my God, Everett. Do you
Yeah,
remember that
Travis
was her
brought
boy-
up Everett.
Yeah.
Travis was like,
Yeah.
I don't like this Everett guy. And I'm like, who's
No one
Oh, you're on season 2.
Yeah.
He's through season 5. He just texted
He's already through 5?
and did season 1 of Winter House.
Harris, someone is going to give
Hot
you a
on
run
your-
for your money.
Trail boy.
Travis, Employee of the Month.
It's crazy to see how many bright red flags Kyle and Amanda's relationship had from the very start. And this is a quote: if he doesn't get his act together, Amanda and I might not be an option by the end of the summer. He's like Peter Pan, but always drunk. Christina, Summerhouse, season 1, episode 2. I think Amanda had really loved Kyle and just expected him to change, but life doesn't always work out that way. Feels like she took a gamble, but unfortunately ended the way we all thought it would, and it's sad. Agreed. But she benefited from the relationship, to what you guys are saying. Like, they both benefited from the relationship. This is just so sweet, and I always have to read the ones where we get some sugar. Return of Chocolate Jesus said, my favorite thing is running to YouTube as soon as I get done watching my quote-unquote stories and listening to you guys. I feel like I get to chat with my buddies about my trash TV, and that's literally, I think, the sweetest compliment ever.
I love it when people call
Us buddy. Oh. I just want
I
a
know you
friend.
two are really into the compliments. I just like it when people call shows their stories.
Oh, yeah,
or
that's the
like my
best.
telenovelas.
Yeah.
My stories. Joe Schmo said, damn you, Coca. I'm bawling now too, thinking about how lovely, hilarious, and supportive this ragtag bunch of show hoes are. Thank you to our fearless leaders. And again, she got the giggles when we got the giggles. And it just, I also got emotion when you guys were talking about that, because I wasn't here, and it was just the whole thing was so sweet. Oriel Thompson said, Kyle abuses alcohol, period. It's ruining his relationships and his body. He's ending up in strangers' homes, blackout, and unable to stay conscious. Alcohol is his solution for all of life's problems, and he cannot stop. That's enough to seek help and to abstain from alcohol while seeking treatment. And listen, while I just personally, for me, don't like to diagnose just because I'm not whatever, he definitely has a terrible relationship with alcohol that he needs to look at, period. So I get what you're saying completely. A few people said this, and they even said it last week. Sunset Harp said, Kyle wanting to have a baby before his parents pass is so the dumbest reason to have a child. And it really, I'm sure it's deep. How about this? I'm not sure it's deeper than that. I hope it's deeper than that for him wanting to have a kid.
If he knows he wants to have a kid and he knew he wanted to have one with Amanda, and he's just simply saying that, like, I really don't want my parents to pass and not meet their grandchildren, I can understand that. But I feel like coming from Kyle, it just means something different.
Yeah.
I feel like Kyle's also someone that would say, I just want to see a little me. Like how I've
100%.
never wanted to have my own, like, it's not that I am anti having a child that's related to me, but that has never been a thing. I've always wanted to adopt. I couldn't care less. I think what you and I both say, the buck stops here with these genes. Like,
Probably for the best.
yeah. But like Kyle is a person I could be like, I could see him being like, no, I want my own son that's going to be a replica of me. So yeah. Whoever that was, Oriel is
No, Sunset Harp.
Oh, Sunset Harp. Yeah, they're on to something. I
Yeah,
think.
I think so too. Shannon Fall said, this is a great question. If anyone knows, let us know. If you only have one testicle, do you have to take testosterone or hormone replacement? Is that why Jesse is such a horned up mess? Is he medically not clearly thinking straight? I'm just asking questions. And
I want to add to one thing to that. I put the comments into, like, I exported all of them and I put them into ChatGPT, and I said, if you had to pick out the 5 funniest comments, can you just spit out 5? And that was one of them. So the robots think that you are something special.
So do the humans, because I also picked that.
Everyone. It's what is it when it's a
Consensus.
Cross-wise.
It's a consensus. Yeah.
A bipartisan joke.
Yeah.
I just thought this was so sweet because I love when everybody gets love. Valerie 2739 said, I love Christina Coca. Brilliant, funny, and kind. and stress the brilliant part also. I'm always blown away by how smart and flawless her journalism is. It kills me. Harris said, sometimes I really miss the Workus Circus. Do you guys remember from like season 1, 2, 3, the twins?
Oh yeah, I remember the twins, but
their last name was Workus, and they called them the Workus Circus. And sometimes I do too. And it was a deep cut, and I went with it. And I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Many Adventures of Ashley also said, in addition to the merch she designed, this is talking about Amanda for Loverboy, she designed their cans and boxes too. The iconic Loverboy design and can was Amanda, and most popular flavor was thanks to Amanda. Also, it was not clear if Amanda knows the financial concerns of Kyle have been of Kyle not have been taking a salary. Like, if I'm someone and they get laid off or fired, I should not have to ask that you tell me, because I am not going to ask point blank unless there's a financial issue to worry about, or if they aren't going to work. Amanda should not have to ask those things. There should be open communication. And I think so also. Like, if you're in a marriage, especially if you guys work together, like, you should be clearly communicating about finances.
Unless you're like already not together.
One thing that happened, like when Amanda was crawling through the grass and they cut to Kyle's confessional or his interview, and he was like, "Oh, this reminds me of why I fell in love with her in the first place." And then the end of it was him being like,
"We're gonna turn it this summer around," or something like that.
Not even the summer. He was talking about them, I think. Like, "Oh, we're gonna hold on. Let me see exactly what he said." Because it was the first time.
It was your first tell that they weren't together?
It was the first time that I was like, wait a second. The way he says, yeah, we're going to turn this thing around. It was just so weird and like performative, and like he even said it in a funny little voice.
Totally.
Like, and with a shit-eating grin. It was the first time that I was like, oh, fuck, maybe that didn't seem real at all. Like, maybe they are not together.
But don't you think that makes perfect sense? Because if this summer ends on Labor Day and they moved out in October, he's doing those confessionals at the earliest at the end of September.
Yeah, maybe.
Which means he already knows they're moving out. So
that could be true. Good point. Thank you.
Wait, but did you hear the last thing though from last episode where we kind of figured out like, oh, they
live in the same building?
Could have just been living into separate units, like.
But he said she moved out in October, meaning like into the other unit.
Maybe out of the building. Maybe they've been living both
separately.
They have 2 units, so he could be living at the Loverboy headquarters. She could be living at her, the place that they lived in together.
Unit.
And now she is moved out of the building into a new place. Unit. So I'm just saying there is some wiggle room there of like how long they've been living apart, but able to say, no, we still live where we've always lived. You know. Yeah.
Unit.
You were going to repeat that. Okay. Nemo 22 without 50 said, I'm enjoying this so much and waited for you to give your thoughts on this episode. Jesse is the worst. And as a viewer of the show, I don't understand how nobody sees this. Oh, don't you worry.
Yeah,
we all see this. Like, this episode's for you.
Seeing that, yeah.
He's a stunted 10-year-old boy. And I love the new boys spoke up and told Wes how disturbed they were by him. I loved that also. Mandy J, I think this was something that you were mentioning earlier that she said, I agree you cannot pre-plan a drunken kiss or hookup. Jesse, while sober, is planning to take advantage of Ciara in a drunken state, which is gross and totally unacceptable. Whilst Jesse is asking Ciara's ex-boyfriend if it's okay, he's ignoring the person whose permission it is. Like we were talking about this earlier. And I think what we were saying, like, at least for us, the clarity that I got to is that it never felt like he was trying to say yes when she was saying no. He just wasn't man enough to like ask her on a proper date, maybe be nervous, all that stuff. He's like, what if it happens, it happens. This goofy smile.
No, go ahead.
The biggest win of this whole thing for Jesse, what Jesse could have gotten a magnificent reprieve is if he literally just said to Ciara, I didn't know how to tell Wes. I wish that I could be more direct. I'm not really feeling myself this summer. There's new people. I've got some anxiety. I didn't want him to think it was a big deal. I played it down because I didn't know how to talk to my friend about it. We've not really been on the same page lately. Like just something like, and everybody, but it would have been like, wow, that was really vulnerable and insightful and like, yeah, you're right. You guys have had I felt a little shift in energy between the two of you. Like, but he just couldn't pull it out of himself. But like, that's really, I think, what this whole thing is about. It is not really so much for Jesse about disrespecting Ciara as it is about he is trying to come a certain way to his bro and be the cool guy still. And it's not a big deal. He doesn't know how to tell his friend, I'm actually having these feelings for this person.
He doesn't know how to have adult conversations.
He doesn't know how to do it. And he put
doesn't want
Wes
to.
before Ciara. And he could have just said that. And
Yeah,
we would
no.
have all understood in a way. It doesn't make it okay, but it kind of would have. Like in a weird way, we kind of would have been like,
100%.
no, I get it.
100% that he's like trying to, he's like I said with the earlier, like he's trying to soften the blow about making out with this girl, with his buddy.
Right.
Like he definitely put his buddy over her. But also, do you think Jesse has ever kissed a girl when they've both been sober? Not both of them.
Both of them sober? Yes, because I think Lexi and him probably had a sober makeout at some point, but I think the majority of us
sorry.
are sober.
Do you think
the
Jesse's
first
first kiss has ever been with a sober on sober kiss?
No.
I don't
not
think
as
so
an
either.
adult.
And I bet you that's probably a problem.
Yeah.
Clearly that's a problem.
100%.
Like, cause that's a for a dude, like that's an angst-ridden kiss. That's a nervy kiss, that one. So like, if you've never done that and your first kisses have only been over being drunk at the club or whatever at a party.
Yeah, even if it's just one or two beers, it had like just a softening effect to like get rid of the.
Then that's the only first kiss he knows.
Yeah.
So like, that's also why he would be like, oh no, it's like a drunken, jokey first makeout sesh, you know? Because that's all, he doesn't know anything else.
Yeah.
It's also so crazy to me that Jesse's sitting there in his confessional saying, Wes just like 5 years out from a relationship and I'm ready now. And what I would like Jesse to know is that, you know what you need to be able to do if you're in a relationship? Have adult conversations. Like so much of a relationship is having uncomfortable it's not the majority, hopefully, but it's like you guys have to talk about tough things or uncomfortable things or things that you might be scared about. Put your emotions out there, your balls out there, your ball out there, whatever you got, buddy. Like, I just think that it's so crazy. It's like someone having a baby to save their relationship, thinking like, oh, this is going to make everything better. And he's just like, yeah, I'm ready for a girlfriend now. It's like, that's a mess of an idea.
Yeah.
The last comment that I have is Danielle Warren said, I was thinking the same as Coca. Like, girl, I love you. And this is directed towards Amanda. But what do you mean you didn't even say anything about my hair? It's ... long and brown. And I was looking and searching for a clue, but I had no idea. Please make it make sense. And I'm going to make it make sense right now. She got her extensions done. And that is a big deal because it takes forever and it's very expensive. And she wanted her to be like, don't you like my fresh weave?
It just looked messy and the same to me. That was a
It
new
looked like
weave.
a 2.5-hour car ride. Hairdo. Like that's what it looked like.
Oh, how about this? That's what I thought she was referring to.
No, that would make way more sense as to why you would say, I just spent $1,700 on this. Like, you got nothing for me?
17.
I don't go to people that are like that, but all the people I see on TikTok, when
that's
they're doing them, they're about $2,000.
I was going to say they could even be more. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're getting it, all depends on how long you want, how many you want,
you're dyeing
if you want to
them,
dye them, if you got to get your old ones taken out, if you're just moving them up, like regardless, I feel like
How
I've never
long does
seen
that last?
any version of it be
Under
less than like
$1,800.
What the shit?
They last, but like
Not forever. That's an expensive.
no, it is, and then like so much of your hair falls out. Like I've never gotten those permanent ones. Anything I've ever had has always been a clip.
Yeah.
All of it, but it's almost like you got to keep going because your hair falls out.
I've always wanted hair like down to here, like mermaid hair. And listen, hopefully at some point it will grow. Like I have long hair, but when it's curly, it just shrinks up. And I've always been like, I wonder how cool, like how great it would finally feel to like have extensions and have hair that long. But I would never do it because I would never want to with my actual hair because I know it makes it fall out.
And then I feel like there's got to be other girls out there that feel, because I feel like we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I would die if someone ever put their hand like this and they were like, like,
Oh,
like
and
and felt all those beads.
Yeah.
You know, like that is like. And maybe the new generation doesn't care because they've all grown up with these jokes, and so maybe the guys of the younger gen are like. But I feel like if you did that and you were just like, what are all these?
Guys never touch me currently, but that's going to change in 2026. That's what I'm calling it. It's 2026. No, but you can't touch my hair. You'll lose your hand if you try to like run your fingers through a curly girl's hair.
Yeah, but I mean, to
You'll
feel like an object, I think.
I guess like maybe they could put their hand on the back of my head, but they could never like put their hand and do that. Then I'd be pretty upset.
That's a bummer. I mean,
well, then I would look not cute.
But I also am like, I'm done with long hair. I'm only waiting for like just everything, all my breakage to kind of get longer. I'm gonna get a Lindsay bob maybe this summer.
Somebody got his wish. You're gonna look so friggin'
I don't know if I'll go that short, but
dude,
like
we
I'm
might
definitely
be down to
like
one podcast
waiting
a
to
month when that
just chop
happens
it.
because we're gonna be busy.
But right now, like I always say, my hair is so broken on top that like the length just makes it manageable and I can do something with it until it all kind of just can get to there. Then I'll cut it all off.
What kind of time frame are we thinking?
I'm thinking summer. Maybe by the time like for my birthday or something.
You're gonna look so gorgeous.
It's going to be different.
It's gonna be awesome.
And I'm probably going to regret it, but then I'll just buy more extensions, the clip-ins.
See, I'm committed to the long because the curls. It's just so much easier.
When you straighten your hair, can you get a handful of?
Yeah. Then you can do it. You can then, Mike, when we're making out, you can
Perfect.
your fingers
That was my big concern there.
And be totally cool and not be like, what is all this?
Yeah, I know. Did I mess up your hair? I'm so sorry.
It's just Germac bounce back. Beautiful hair.
I like to grab a little handful of hair once in a while.
Okay.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Great. Johnny smiles. This season is so bad I'm tapping out. God bless. Of course, Jesse's piano is little.
Johnny, I love this season. I'm sad you don't like it.
He's not leaving. Natalie told him he has to sit his ass down and suffer with the rest of us.
I feel like one of his also got the robot pulled for one of the top 5 funniest. Truth, I think, got 2 of the 5.
What an overachiever.
Truth, but I don't think you're going to read it, so I pulled it. So too bad for you. Elise Zinsky. At the local bar in Blackfoot, Idaho, they have cats at the bar. Excuse me? Google.
We're moving to Idaho.
Google, how do we get to Blackfoot, Idaho? It's so weird not to act cityfied and repulsed by the hair in the air. I don't think it would be that hard, but to each their own. But yeah, we're going to Blackfoot, Idaho on a field trip to the cat bar. Oliver Thomas. Jesse has always given me the creeps. Him and his big dumb smile are not harmless. Guy is over 30. Jesse talks like a 14-year-old boy who has the heart of a perverted old uncle.
He is so gross.
That's funny.
Ever since the scene where he burped and farted and pissed, all while calling, that was all in like a 2-scene span of like a 30. It was, and he waited to call her. He walked into the bathroom and then dialed the number.
I'm sorry. I'm one of those women. Don't ever fart in front of me.
No,
I
don't do any of that.
do those things, and I don't do them in front of you.
Don't do them ever.
That's what I'm saying. I don't do them ever. I don't want you to do. I'm fine with a pish, but not anything else. I don't want you to burp in front of me. Ugh.
No, Mike sometimes talks in a burp. He'll do
It
like
just sneaks out sometimes.
Oh, but I'm not even talking about that one. I'm talking about like you'll wait to have a burp and then you'll say a name with it.
Sometimes I'll say burp while I'm burping.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh God, I'm so sorry that he literally burps and says the word burp in a burp.
No, it's funny and
It's
charming.
been a minute.
It's not
Don't
either.
bring it back. It's been a minute.
I
Let's
just did
leave it
it
in the past.
Yesterday, I think, but whatever.
No, you didn't.
To myself.
Okay, that's fine.
Fifth likes it. Fifth thinks it's real.
It's just so gross. Like
funny.
you'll be dating a guy, and all of a sudden he thinks like, "Oh, now it's okay for me to fart in front of you," and he'll just be ripping them.
Listen,
and it's
the
so
farts,
gross.
The farts, no, like they'll sneak out once in a while, and I still feel like, oh gosh, like
That's
even
gross.
now.
Look at her face.
What?
Well, then because I literally don't know.
That's great. I'm doing a good job. But sometimes one will be like, I gotta go, and then you're like, oh man, dude, you're gonna get me in so much trouble. Like it happens, you know. But the burps, I don't hold as many burps in as I probably should.
It'd be great if you did.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
And you know that. Do you think Jesse knows he's gross? I don't think he has a lot of self-awareness. Love you guys. Love you back.
Love you and no.
He's feeling something though. He's
Himself.
feeling.
I think he thinks he's funny.
No, he does, but he knows that something has shifted. He knows that he is paying for still, because you can't not read the comments. Like every time that he posts anything, just like I go into the comments just to be like, just what I thought. And it's literally everyone being like, shut up. Go away. So I feel like he knows something, but he's masking it. He's not talking about it. And the thing is that if he talked about it, we would probably stop leaving the comments. That's because all the audience wants to feel is heard. And so address it. And then we'll be like, okay, well, you read my comment. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I think and I replied to this, but I think he thinks he's funny.
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know which is worse. Because if you think you're funny, then you won't stop, because you're like, you guys, you just don't get it. You know, you don't get it. This is funny. I'm being funny, and you just don't. You're not funny. Lemon tree. Ciara's such a rooster tease. Bored. And then they had a follow up. Do you think she's insecure because nursing isn't like her personality anymore? Model looks don't last, and she hasn't really found herself. She said to Amanda, "What do you have without Kyle? Girl, what's your story? What are you doing next?" I think that's a question to Ciara. But I just thought that was interesting that, like, she's not a nurse. I don't know how much she models. Like, what is your job now? What do you do?
That's why Carl should bring. What do you got? You got any ideas for this place? Bring her in.
Yeah, maybe.
She's got a lot to offer. Bring her in.
Only gets better. Why is Ciara being used to entertain us? Lord knows none of these fools deserve her. If the moral of the story is that amazing women should be so lucky as to have mediocre men, then I need to stop watching. I have enough trauma of my own. But she's right. Like, and I've said this before, is like, these dudes are ruining everything.
Wait, was that Only Gets Better?
Yeah.
Welcome home. I haven't seen her in a minute.
Oh, well, welcome back.
I think. Has anyone else seen
her?
her? I haven't seen her.
So great to have you back.
Yeah, I did see her and be like, wait a second. But I've been saying this a lot. Is like, these dudes are ruining it for everything, for everyone, because they're so ridiculous. But these girls are just fawning all over them. So they're just like, and then no offense to the ladies, but then the ladies get so mad that guys are so dumb and dudes are dumb and #DRD. Okay, well, yeah, but you're allowing them to be dumb. Like, don't let them be dumb and then get with them, because dudes are dumb. And if they're dumb and you sleep with them, they're like, yeah,
dumb worked.
I
so
did
they
good.
get dumber. God,
exactly. Because all we want to do is be dumb.
That goes so perfectly along with just when you were like, I feel like people are mad at Ciara, like she's doing something wrong. It's like, no, she is, but she's not.
But she's not.
But she is, but she's totally not. But
this is why I said we just have to go on strike.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When I would see Jesse's hand grab onto Lexi's cute little booty last year when she wore their little dental floss outfits. Yeah. But like when he would just go straight in for it and squeeze, I would be like, how dare you? Yeah. That is not for you. And she let it be for him. Yeah. And I hated that. And
he learned nothing.
And that's why you have to teach them. If you don't teach them, how will they know?
Wait, I be getting booty squinches all day long.
Yeah, but you're not Jesse.
What up, Jesse? Shannon Fall. I love Renfest. I am also a dork, and I'm comfortable with that.
Own it and you're free.
Great news for you.
Maybe you could help with the party next time, because it had.
Oh my God! If Shannon Fall was in charge of the Renaissance Festival on this show, it would have been a banger.
Well, yeah, and she's our teacher, right? So like, she'd do a good job. I was seriously, we all talk shit on that party. We were all like, "Oh, it's gonna be the worst party ever." And then I sat here and got interrupted for like 10 minutes in the beginning of the show.
Okay,
whatever. But I was like, I thought the party was 10 times better. Like, that was going to be my whole spiel, was like, I thought it was way better than I was expecting. I didn't hate it that bad. I thought it was cool. I thought it was funny when West put the sword where the horse's wiener is. Like, I had all these things. And then you were like listing off all this shit that they didn't do. And I was like, That was the dumbest party I've ever seen in my entire life. Like as
I
you were
forgot
saying
one.
all the things that to make it better, I was like, they blew. I'm
it.
not saying anything that
Yeah,
I
good.
have.
You're
I kept
welcome.
my mouth shut.
And I forgot the most important one. You're gonna do cake stands for no reason, but then you're gonna actually get those big beer barrels and not put the keg in those and have beer barrel cake
Yeah,
stands.
come on.
Mm.
You're not serious.
Maybe you
people.
should
should have
plan.
had
I love you, but you're not serious people.
You're not serious people. Not when it comes to the parties.
This is a comment that I pulled, but you said it. But Miss Scratchy Girl had an interesting reply. Is the Sunset Harp Kyle wanting to have a baby before his parents pass is the dumbest reason to have a child? Miss Scratchy Girl with the wisdom to lock down the inheritance ? Which I thought was pretty.
Well, no, because maybe you only get inheritance if you have a child.
Or you get more because you have.
Is it the Renaissance?
child.
Like that's the most
Oh,
antiquated
maybe.
thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And do you get more for a boy than you do a girl?
Oh, in
Probably.
the Renaissance times. Hell yeah.
Hell
Is
yeah.
it Trey McDougal's
They didn't
family
even
from
keep
Sex
the
and the
girls
City?
around. They just threw them in the moat.
Okay.
Coca, thank you so much for having me. It's my honor every time. I love you all so much and your community here. It's one of the few spaces on YouTube that I feel safe in. Your community is incredible and very kind. So thank you and thank everyone. It means the world. And we just love you. And we're so like starstruck every time she comes here, and she's so nice, and she's like, I get crazy every time you guys mention me. And we're like, what? You're like Tom Cruise.
And our community is so great because I think half of them are your introduction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why they love you so much. They're your community. We're borrowing
Yeah,
them.
that's right. We just borrow them for
Yeah.
4 hours twice a week.
All
Is this
right,
the
this is
it wasn't restarted, right?
No, this is for both
Oh my
the
God,
first
okay.
and second.
but it is
I love
almost
that that's
9 o'clock.
relieved
We
you.
have
It's-
been here
yeah.
for 5
Well, I mean,
hours. We
listen, I
started
just-
early, and we're the worst. All right, this is one truth for peace that I'm going to read because you probably don't have it in yours.
I got them all. So
I mentioned last week that Molly from Southern Charm felt the fear before her big performance, and she pushed through anyway. This week, Natalie is feeling the pain, and she's also forcing herself to truck forward. This is the type of thing Olympians are made of. Shout out to Stan Abel. Natalie, you are your father's daughter.
I'm so happy you read that. She would have never read that. That was the best.
Yeah.
that what I thought was funny about that is that that was from the comment section of Summerhouse for me only to bow out for the entire reason that we all came here. So I was like, she's probably like, oh, I guess you're not the warrior that we thought you were.
My
but
dad
you
went
can't
to
really
the
go back and
Olympics
delete
and
a comment
Natalie
like that. So
didn't.
I'm just keeping it.
Or you can, but we've screenshot it, so it lives forever
It's
in
been
infamy.
screenshot. Yeah.
And then we were on the same wavelength today, Courtney. We pulled so many
That
of the
happened
same
to
things.
us last week,
Yeah.
or whatever, on one of the shows. So
The
Great
Valerie, I love Christina Coca, brilliant, funny, and kind. That was worth reading a second time. And then, yeah, just a big thanks to Coca again for coming and being amazing and being funny.
Yeah.
And that's all I got.
Natalie's closing it out, but are you going to be the horn and I'll be the woo? You want to be the horn again?
Listen, I don't, we haven't, has that episode posted yet?
Yeah.
No comments about your horning. I'm just saying, like,
Okay, well, no one ever commented about your horn.
I don't think that's entirely true. I've like a year of
Do a
horning.
horn search.
I might do a horn search. That might turn out awkward.
I love it because it gives me the giggies.
It's
I'll woo it up.
whatever. If you
No.
want to give it another shot, third time's a charm.
No, I've already nailed it, so I'm not trying it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give a great repeat performance.
The fifth funniest comment from the robot
Was mine?
from. Did you leave a comment?
Probably.
No, was from Harris, and it says, "I want to make a casserole in the shape of a toe that reads "Suck it, bro." Ship it to Jesse. Serious answers only."
That's great.
Oh, he said it started because that comment started with, "Does anyone know how to ship a casserole? I want to make a casserole." Blah 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 blah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
Well, that was very funny.
Pretty funny, Harris. Pretty
Freeze it, and then you put it in with
frickin'
dry ice, and then you have to
funny.
overnight it. That's how you ship it.
Listen, I got hungry reading the comments. There was a bunch of pretty sweet recipes for casseroles and quiches and crusted quiches and non-crusted quiches. I'm a quiche fan myself. Miss Natalie makes a nice spam quiche.
Well,
what?
When you're born in Oklahoma, that's what you make it with.
Shit is so good.
It seems like an oxymoron, like the French dish with spam.
It's
Spam is
oddly
French.
the
No, I'm
most
sure it's delicious.
thing you've ever had. I
think
just craved it constantly.
No,
as a
I'm
kid.
sure it's the best thing anyone's ever eaten, but
So
it
weird.
seems a little
I
No,
think
I know.
spam is also French, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, we.
Yeah, we.
Does spam mean anything? Like
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, isn't it like an acronym for something?
Yeah. Yeah. It's sizzle pork.
I'm closing it out with the person who had the robots said were top 2 of the funniest top 5 comments.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there's more. and
Silver.
I'll-
You medaled silver
No
and
pressure.
gold.
it literally went on to describe,
No pressure.
and I'll read what the robot described her writing as after this.
No pressure.
Anyhow, it's from Truth for Peace for Freedom.
Woo! You should have kept going. Now you have a beat. You want to know why? Because
Listen.
there's now you know, like I'm so good that you had to step up your game.
No, what? Yeah, totally. That was totally what it was.
Ciara's smart. She knows exactly what she's doing. By flirting with Jesse, she's making Wes jealous, which is increasingly their chances of getting back together. Oldest trick in the book. Jesse just doesn't know he's the trick. Do you remember the character Boner on Growing Pains? Well, that
So
show is
good.
over 30 years old, so we're going to just pass that nickname on to Jesse Solomon. I'm sure we've all seen the ads for Blue Chew erectile dysfunction pills. Well, Jesse had to take a daily yellow pill to bring his little sausage link down. He's pitching a tent 24/7 without medical intervention. At ease, soldier. Wes is representing the Midwest with his breakfast casserole. He put in the time, effort, and love into making it, yet Amanda called it jailhouse slop. In the words of Stephanie Tanner, how rude. Lindsay looks great. I feel like I need to know more about her baby daddy. There is such a blank space there. I would love to read Turner's diary to see how it all really went down. Ben is definitely the most handsome man in the house, but he lacks the riz, as the young kids say. Very sweet guy, though. I do think we could shave his hair down just a little off the ears and keep it curly on top.
I was gonna say that earlier.
Who did say that?
I said that.
I said
I was
that.
like
You're such a
thinking, what would be
liar.
the best haircut for him, and that was it.
Natalie said it, and I wasn't even here.
I said it to you because you were saying he's not that handsome, and you said his hair's just weird, and I said all he needs to do is
tighten
get
those
a little,
sides.
little bit of a fade on the sides, and he'd be like Bogey's hair, how he's got it's good.
Yeah,
A friend
Because
of
they
ours
both
has a
have
great
curly
haircut.
hair, you know.
Yeah.
You did say that. Also, we were speaking of his lady friend that's on his Instagram now in real life, and I was looking at his Instagram. He's a handsome fella.
Thanks. Welcome to the party.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
sorry.
need to look up who this person is. Anyway, keep going.
His girlfriend has a similar look as Dara.
I was thinking Paige. There was a couple times where I was like, "What is that? No, what? She looks like Paige,"
A little bit.
which is weird because apparently there's a commercial that Paige is in, and I've seen it so many times, and it's a Super Bowl commercial, so it's been on for that long. And the other day she was like, "Oh, that's Paige." I'm like, "What? Where?" And she's legitimately in a candy bar commercial. The no bueno.
From the Super Bowl that you actually made me watch that commercial. And I thought it was because Paige was in it.
I've never
that's
seen
just a
any
funny
of these
commercial.
commercials.
Well, you'll recognize her because she's literally in like a men's suit. It looks so good. I mean, she doesn't have the jacket on, I don't think, but she has like the tie and the slacks. Like she looks very stylish. Anyway, I think there's hope for him because he jokingly offered the ladies in the house a mustache ride, aka cunnilingus. Thank you for spelling it out for us, Truth.
Also, thank you for saying it because I hadn't heard that word in so long, and it's always it's one of those that needs to pop up no pun intended, every couple so often.
Does it? Bailey, on the other hand, asked her crush, Ben, do you think I know how to flirt? He told her yes with no eye contact. That means the answer is no. Bless your heart, Bailey. But this is the equivalent to a guy asking permission for a kiss. Does a fish ask how well it's swimming?
I actually spent a little bit of time thinking about that question. Not gonna lie.
So when the robot was talking about Truth's comment, it said, this person did not leave crumbs. They renamed Jesse Boner, claimed he needed a daily yellow pill to calm down, described him as pitching a tent 24/7, and ended with at ease, soldier. This is commitment to a bit. This is historical fan fiction. This is someone who clocked in for work.
Thank you for recognizing ChatGPT.
Do I have to send
Seriously.
do I have
You
to
need to get
send-
her on the payroll.
I was going to say, do I have to send Truth some start paperwork?
Yeah, please do. Yeah, and this is something about medically diagnosing Jesse as a 24/7 erection with a military rank.
Funny stuff.
Anyway,
It's funny stuff.
yeah, that's funny. Okay, some community notes. Okay, so we always put the shows up the day after, unless there's some crazy thing. Which there's going to be, because we're a 3-man band. So like if one thing goes wrong, then that can't always be. But we try to do that always and forever.
Also, not to interrupt you.
I mean, you
there's your
just
train
did
of thought,
on
but
my
I'm
community
going to.
note. You just
But I'm
interrupted
going to
my
be. I'm going into working Saturday.
Oh yeah.
AGT. Our first part of AGT starts. So for like a month, I'll be around, but I'll be so busy.
Things just might be done on weird days. We don't know.
Yeah. No, we
Hopefully-
do know. They will be.
No, I know, but the screeners give us a cushion. So
Oh,
like
yeah.
we're hopefully going to be able to figure it out as close as we possibly can. And hopefully Harris can find some time for us on the days that you just can't figure it out. The other thing is that, so we did add a third show, and we'll only have 3 shows for a minute, thank God. Because Southern Charm will be over at I think the end of this month or something.
Yeah, I think there's 3 or 4 more episodes.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, I know. But while we do, our third show is Southern Hospitality, and it airs on the same day as Summerhouse does. And since we often have a part 1 and part 2 of episodes,
Southern Charm.
What?
Southern Charm. It airs the same day. I think it airs Wednesday with Southern Charm, right?
Oh, I thought it aired with Summerhouse. Either way, we're probably going to push that out a day so that we don't have 2 shows going up in one day, which could actually be 4 episodes because often our shows are 2-parters. So we've decided to have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday posts. Wednesday for Summerhouse, Thursday for Southern Charm, and Fridays for Southern Hospitality. Another thing is if I think a lot of people don't care about their comments getting read, but for people that are posting comments on Spotify and on Patreon, sometimes we just don't get to them in time for when the episode airs. And so I feel like I'm leaving comments out. And if you give a shit, which you don't need to give a shit, but if you do, you come over to YouTube and leave the comments there. That's
Because then we'll definitely see them.
because then we'll definitely
Yeah.
see them. Yeah. Sometimes I just don't see them in time before we're airing or before we're shooting the episode. So
My community note is that I just saw Ben's new girlfriend, who is so disgustingly gorgeous,
Yeah.
and he's so disgustingly gorgeous that I honestly hope they have vanilla sex or something, or neither one of them are funny.
Maybe
You
they
just
do.
You can't get that much. It's not.
no,
It's why I have chin hair and other sweating issues, and I'm single. Like you just the scales, and I'm not saying I'm good looking like they are. I'm just saying like. I have enough happening that you're evening the scales with some real annoying things.
Yeah, and when he took her home for Christmas,
I just saw
they also have
carrot.
all these photos out down under, and just like this
it's-
beautiful backdrop and
Kiwis and not the people, the fruit. Like, you know what I mean? Like just like fruit plates and her perfect profile and her perfect
know,
skin and
all
her
of
perfect.
it.
They're perfect. They're perfect. They're perfect.
And his when he went on Watch What Happens, his mom was texting him and telling him what a great job he did, and he posted the screenshot of that conversation, and then she said, "Anne, I'm so happy that what's her name? Did
No
you see
idea.
her name?
Gorgeous.
What? Yeah, and gorgeous girl is there to share it all with you. I love this so much." And then she wrote "movie stars" at the end of her comment. How cute is that? Because her son's on TV now.
Hope they're
Movie
only having
stars.
missionary sex. Okay. You can't have it all if other people are starving.
I know. Listen, we saw he's kind of a snooze, and maybe he is in every. I don't know. He seems perfectly lovely though. So, anyway, that's all I got.
Okay, love ya.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Toodles.